Hey, welcome to Coach's Corner. We are glad to have you here. What an exciting series we're working on called Quantum Business Shifts that I came across a buddy of mine that I've just been inspired by. Extremely intelligent, lots of good thinking, and I've just enjoyed every minute I've spent with you, Yuval. Yuval, tell us a little bit about what you got going and what you're bringing to the Quantum Business Shift.
Well, Coach Hayes, first of all, it's a privilege. It's really honor to be here, and we're establishing here something that will be mind-blowing for our listeners. I've no doubt on that. And both of us are coming from the business sector. We're many years together in the business sector, and I'm dealing with the quantum physics and the high awareness, showing people how life is just a game. And if you just want to win the game, you have to learn the rules of the game. And this is all about the rules of the game, of the quantum physics and the high consciousness and the high awareness.
Gosh, exciting stuff. And so when we introduce this and kind of frame it up for people, I mean, there's an element of, you refer to as linear thinking or that kind of approach versus, kind of living in the box and here's all I've got in front of me versus what's outside of that box and what's out there is my future and how do I kind of get away from that. What kind of mind shifts, mindsets, what kind of ideas go on, in order to kind of, because it's there. It's not like this is magic new stuff in a way. It's always been there. It's just where we're at. What's your thoughts on that, Yuval?
I think that Albert Einstein, Max Planck, uh, Tesla, giants mind, they are calling us, they are telling us, wake up. You are in a game. You really have been programmed to believe that there is a matter, substance, money, car, clients. That's why you are really pushing very much hard to get them. You struggle getting them. But this is a part of the game. They're all about energy and magnetic fields. And if you just understand that everything here is based on the frequency that you transmit or you emit and the polarity that you're having within yourself, then it's all about either attracting or repelling things to your life. So there is a lot of our being together with a lot of our doing. And many people, and you know that coaches are really spending many hours and a lot of efforts of doing, neglecting the being. And I'm here and we are here now just to put this awareness of the being that is so much important.
Yeah. I often refer to a little formula: B times do equals have. And so
Yes,
pay
if one
attention.
of them is zero,
Yeah. Pay attention to that B and who you want to be. Some of the things I was introduced to early in my learning, I suppose, in psychologies and approaches to development, human development. I studied Maslow, of course, Abraham Maslow. I think many people refer to that and know the hierarchy of needs. But what was kind of at the pinnacle of all that was the self-actualization and the what I eventually wrote about was peak experiences in a book, which I think grew from my learning in that time. I think the future think, when we talk about the quantum and where we're going, how do you feel and become one with the universe rather than one controlled by the universe, I guess, is the transformation that I think people have to kind of grab onto, don't they? Or should grab onto to be a better fulfilled self. You
so,
know?
so let me ask you a question, please.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of life?
Oh boy. Really good question. In my case, I have a very simple purpose, and that's to give as many assists as I can to make this a better place.
Yes.
However, I can do that and giving those assists, that's really my why. And I know that and I'm clear on that. But having people find that specific purpose is part of the process. I hear you saying.
Yes, I think there's a lot in transformation. That actually the purpose of life is growing,
Right.
is really transform ourselves. That's what That's why what we are doing is transforming people life in the way that you coach them, you direct them, how they can be better, how they can get better, how they can achieve better,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And my side, which is really much complying like two puzzle parts, is showing them how they can really stretch themselves and create the life they want to have. So it is all about transformation internally and externally. So in my eyes, we are here really to transform people's life, you and me, and that's what we're doing, both of us with our clients.
Well, put that into a practical example. Here I am, I've got a sales call coming up. I'm going to have a big sales call in front of me. How could I kind of change my view of the sales call if I'm typically going to go in and present my regular thing? What would, I'm going to say a linear process. Let me tell you about me and how great I am versus how would I adjust that kind of message relative to being having a quantum mindset? When I go into the sales, how would I visualize, prepare? Any thoughts on that? Because I think you got to kind of go through that process and feel that. Any suggestions out there for that?
Yes, what I'm doing with my clients, and I'm sure you're doing as well with yours, actually, we are changing the perception of reality because we've all been programmed to believe that we are here and clients are here. We are here and money is here. So that's why we chase money. We chase clients, and money is always stronger than us, and clients always stronger than us. We
Right,
need the clients, we need the money. But the quantum physics showing us that it's all about frequencies, energy, and magnetic field that you either repel or attract based on your self-esteem, based on your inner polarity. So if you are coming to the meeting, to the sales meeting like that, you lost before you started.
you're not gonna win. I love it. Yeah.
But if you come from the perspective that client is not a substance,
Yeah.
is not a matter, is something like more energetic field, and that's what Einstein told us. It's such matter frequency. Then, if you know how good you are, he will be automatically be attracted to you.
Right.
That's why sales are never about price.
Right.
It is all about frequency,
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. The law of attraction
law
is,
of attraction.
yeah, the law of attraction, very common. So instead of asking, what do I need to get there? The real question I think you're saying is, how does the version of me who is already there act today?
How would the man I would like to be do the things I'm about to do?
Right. And how would I
Right?
be as that? Yeah. So
How
you're
the
getting
man I would like to be would do the things I'm about to do?
that whole future self thing is so important, in so many ways. I know you're aware that as a coach, I run a 90-day planning session. And one of the key elements of that is once you've built your 90-day goals and structure and all the things that go with that, you write a letter to your future self as if you've achieved it. And the probability of success in achieving it is much higher if you visualize that and kind of put that in place. How far out can you go with that visualizing? How far should I be putting those kind of thoughts ahead of me? I think you're thinking lifestyle almost.
Yes. I'm coming from a family with no money. I never had money in my life. And once I've discovered this quantum physics and this frequency alignment, visualization, put yourself in the high frequency, coming from and not coming to, meaning you're already there mentally and on the energetic level, I made an exit. I just sold the company. I've attracted investors like that. So there is no limitation for what you can get because there is no limitation in the universe. All realities already coexist. You are just like jumping in between TV channels.
Right,
So now you see one TV. What's happened to most of the people? They are not aware they are watching or living in the TV channel and they try to change the channel
right.
instead of jumping by frequency to a higher channel. or to another channel. There are endless number of channels.
Right.
So the way is not fighting reality. The way is transforming yourself.
Yeah. Mhm. Interesting. Interesting. Well, you know, I hope everybody out there's listening closely to what Yuval's saying because that's some powerful messaging. Um, you know, fundamentally, when we talk about a sales meeting and selling in general, he made the point about the value that you bring, and it ain't about the price and about all the other things that we try to fight with sometimes and try to be, back to the level of where you should be. And as a salesman, you should be a partner, a direct partner with who you're working with. As a coach, the same way. Why should there be a hierarchy associated to the relationship necessarily? And people in the executive world have a hard time with that sometimes in terms of leadership and where they meet the people that they're working with. But I think that's a very powerful message. I think we could probably as we set this up as a series, we should have a little bit of an exercise maybe for everybody to get involved with, and do something. And as they come back each week, we're going to try to run this every couple weeks. The idea that we had here, I think, you want to describe it? I think we were going to write down one goal that feels absolutely impossible to you.
Yes, let's have an exercise. Let's show our people here what they can really implement. So it's not kept just a theoretical discussion. Ask them, first of all, to write down what they would like to achieve in life. It might be in the financial direction or in the emotion, on the personal dimension, or maybe on the relationship or health, or whatever they would like to achieve.
Yeah,
One thing, one thing they would like to achieve. And probably this would be something that they've tried to achieve for a long time and they haven't got it. So it's like the horizon. It's always getting far.
might be breaking the $1 million revenue line. I don't know. That kind of,
Whatever,
yeah. Yeah,
whatever.
something that a little bit impossible though, you're saying, right? When you set this
Right,
kind of
right.
feels like, this is pushing me out of my comfort zone big time. And that's what you
Yes,
want to do.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. And I think putting that down into writing, into a paragraph kind of as your future or where you are at that point and getting achieving that, back to my idea of, what time frame would you say? And I guess that varies for people in terms of their goal. If we don't put a little time frame around this goal setting and where they're going with that, how do they know when they're there? How do they spell that out to get there?
Well, the idea in my mind, in my eyes, is to keep ourselves or the people to keep themselves on the frequency that if they already got it.
Got it.
Because that's a point, and I would like to spend a second on it. The quantum physics and Albert Einstein is teaching us that it's all about harmonious of frequencies. This is all about. And Max Planck, he said there's no matter as such, and he got the Nobel Prize for that. So instead of thinking of things as substance, as physical matter, like money is huge threads for almost all of us. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to start thinking it as a magnetic wave. And the magnetic wave or magnetic field, it does not has a power on us. Here we lost. Here there is no power. So if we don't have the money, probably we repel it. So
Right.
we have to see why we are repelling it instead of attracting it.
Mhm.
Because field has no power.
Yeah.
Substance has a lot of power.
Right.
So the first thing in my mind is to start and shift the perception of reality. It's a game. We are playing a game, and it's this game of emotional and energetical uh, uh, parts, if you want. So you will always get what you feel or what you believe, or who you are. And you never get what you want. You always get who you are. So if you don't have the clients you are looking for, it is probably that you are not good. You don't know how good you are. You might think how good you are, but deeply you not really believe that you are that good. And that's why the frequency that you transmit repels or don't attract the clients. So the first thing is getting ownership of your own frequency,
Yeah.
on your own power. But really, from the very true, honest point, am I really that good as I'm saying I am? Or just pretending to be
Yeah.
that good, but internally I'm,
You're walking the
oh,
talk. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And
So
that's
before visualization, it's important to really be honest and see who we are. Because it's very difficult to visualize something if you don't have a base.
right.
So the first thing is to analyze really, am I that good? Am I really for my client or most for myself? Do I want to get the money or do I really want to contribute to my client? And this is a huge difference
Two different
because
things, isn't it? Yeah.
clients when they feel the energy that you are just for the sale and you are like putting your hands in their pocket, they stay back.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
But if they sense that you're really for them, of course they will come.
Well, that's a powerful message. Powerful message. Great stuff. And so,
So once, so
yeah,
I
go
just
ahead.
would like to complete, sorry. So in order to complete the visualization, to put ourselves on frequency, we might want to close our eyes for maybe a few minutes
Mhm.
and really see what the contribution we can offer our clients from the very true position that how good we are. Are we really for them? Can we really solve the problem? Can we really shift their business or their life? And once we are focusing on them only, this frequency is being transmitted and they will be attracted to us.
Interesting. Yeah. So the idea of actually meditating almost, where you really shut your eyes and visualize and think through that and take a couple minutes to do that. Powerful stuff. I know it is. It works in so many ways with affirmations and everything else that set your mind to move forward and do the right things, right? I like the perspective that you've put out here, Yuval. It's great stuff. Um, I think we've left everybody with a bit of an exercise, and that is to come up with something, write a paragraph of a future goal or a vision they have of where they want to be that they haven't got. And it's time to now write that down and visualize that. In our next section, we'll come back with how to follow up on that and bring you more from Yuval Roden and Coach Hess. We appreciate your time. And any final comments, Yuval, before we wrap up for today and move on?
Yes, I mean, it's an honor being here with you. For me, you are one of the most top coaches in the world, and you are really, really the state of the art. And for me, it's an honor being here. And we are very much presenting a complete, maybe, view that from our both different directions, from the quantum physics and from the Newtonic physics, and from the doing and the being. And
You bet.
your clients know it is a lot about the being, much more than the doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And boy, let's hope we can spread that word further and keep fulfilling everybody's potential with some new transformations and shifts. So thank you all. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being with us, and we look forward to the next session out of Coach's Corner with quantum mindsets and quantum business shifts. Over and out.